between this hour because you won't regret you did. Welcome to Kasapa Radio. And before we start, today we are going to be talking about synergism, nutritional medication, nutritional medicine, but we will be focusing on one particular plant, aloe vera. Aloe vera. What do you know about aloe vera? If you know a lot, join us, contribute. We will be live on Facebook. Search for us on Kasapa Radio. Send your questions there. Any contribution you might have, we will do our best to read them out during the show. If you have any question as well, I've got a resource person here who will be willing to answer any question as well. You can contribute by calling us on 01952 291 391 at any point in time during the show. 01952 291 391. You can also view our Facebook page. Search for Kasapa Radio. We'll be live on there right now. If you need to send us a text message or contribute via our WhatsApp line, our contact telephone number, our contact mobile phone number is 074 389 38592. I'll stress again, 074 389 38592. Like I said, we have a resource person here who will shed more light on nutritional medicine with strong emphasis on aloe vera. He's no person than Mr. Mervyn George Bryan. He's an author, a fundraiser, a key person who is very interested about health. So today we are very privileged to have somebody who is very keen about health and what constitutes good health, and he is very knowledgeable. So like I said, stick and stay here, because if you place high premium on your health, then this is the right place to be, and between now and 7 o'clock. But before we do that, a couple of announcements that I would like to share with you. First and foremost, Kasapa is having a summer bash. On the 4th of August 2018, Kasapa Summer Bash. Venue is the St. Leonard Field in Mallinsley. All day, come with your family. Let's all have fun. There will be lots of activities there. There's going to be music. There's going to be events like tug of war, egg spoon race. There's going to be bouncy castles. There's going to be a lot of things. So you're not going to be bored. I assure you that. Bring your family around. Let's all enjoy ourselves. And because as long as this sun is here, let's enjoy as we can, because you never know with this country, it will disappear in no time, and then you wish you would have made maximum use of the sun. So on the 4th of August, come and join us, Kasapa Summer Bash at the St. Leonard's Field. 4th of August, all day we will be there. Welcome, Mervyn.
Hi there, Daniel.
How are you?
Oh, I'm bearing up, you know.
Good. Have you had a very good week?
It's been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. At least we can say we've had summer this year.
I can definitely say that. I was saying to my wife, there's no need to go on holiday this year, because
exactly.
it feels more hotter probably in England than anywhere else in the world at the moment. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, probably even hotter than Ghana. Because I couldn't even stand it. Standing in the sun for about 2 hours today.
The heat in this country is oppressive.
Right.
Whereas my experience of going abroad is that you can have the heat, but it's not so oppressive.
Right.
So it's down to where the landmass is, and the sea being all around us being an island, and all that type of thing.
Good. We will talk more about summer, because I've had enough already.
Yeah.
Yes, but because of time, I normally, from my experience, I've noticed that when you're having fun discussing important issues like this,
Time flies.
So we're not going to waste much time because we have a lot to talk about today. We are going to be talking about nutritional medicine with a high emphasis, focus on aloe vera.
Okay, can I butt in here and explain my background and how I got involved in it to start off with?
Okay, I was going to ask you that, but then if you want... I was going to say, what is synergism?
Synergism.
Yeah, synergism to start with. What is synergism? So that we know that.
Okay, synergism means all the various ingredients in something working together.
Right.
For instance, some people, when they take vitamin C, it wards off colds. Other people can take any amount of vitamin C, it doesn't do a thing. And the reason is that vitamin C needs other vitamins and other minerals. Now, if you're getting those other vitamins and minerals in your diet, then vitamin C will work. But if you're not, it won't. That's synergism in its basic element.
Right.
Okay.
So it's basically how ingredients in things that we take into our body work for.
Also, how the glands and organs in our body work.
Right.
They all are synergistically linked together.
Right.
If you've got an ache or pain in one part of your body, it will start an ache and pain somewhere else in your body because everything is linked.
Yes.
So that the whole body mechanism is linked. So if you have a weakness in one area, it will show up in other areas as well.
It is. Because
that's all to do with synergism.
That's definitely true because I'm currently experiencing that. I've just had a bit of pain on my left neck side, and it's giving me a throbbing headache as well.
Yes.
So, like you said, it's very linked. But somebody might ask me, who is Mervyn Brian? What authority has he got on this issue?
Okay.
So, can you tell me a bit about yourself first?
All right.
Where your expertise or your knowledge on this issue, how you've been able to gather all this knowledge.
Okay.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Right.
Mervyn.
My knowledge has come from personal exploration and research all over the world, especially Japan and the USA. Also from college work, taking courses, NVQs and so on, HTML, in college, at college level, and then I've done nutritional medicine at university level as well.
Right.
So what started it was that I had a duodenal ulcer.
What, sorry?
Duodenal
What is that?
ulcer. That's a stomach ulcer.
Right.
In the duodenum, in the stomach.
Yeah, duodenum.
Okay.
Yes.
And the doctor's medication did not work. In fact, the side effects were so bad that it stopped me from sweating.
Right.
And I used to have to splash my body with cold water to calm it down because it would come up in like a nettle rash. And that was caused by the medication that I'd been given by the doctor. Now, what happened then was that our minister, who was from the West Indies, from Jamaica, told me that what I needed to get hold of was aloe vera. Now, of course, Vera is a woman's name, and the minister had been trying to get me married. So I'm thinking straight away, who's this woman he's trying to promote that can get me better?
Right.
And he introduced me to somebody that had some aloe vera from the United States of America. I started to use it, and within 3 days of using it, the pains in my stomach had lessened.
Okay. What year are we talking about here?
We're talking 1983.
1983. All right.
Yes.
Go on. Yeah.
It wasn't available in this country at that time, aloe vera.
Right.
So I started to do some research. I went up to Birmingham City Library. I spent weeks researching, and this is in the days before the internet and Google and all that type of thing. So I had to do it all from hard copy and from microfilm. I contacted firms in the United States of America, firms in Japan, firms in Korea. I got a lot of information, and from India and Pakistan as well, where aloe vera is well known. And what actually happened was that the information that I gained, I put together as a publication.
Okay. Yeah.
And the first aloe vera book that I produced. Now, I had a doctor come up to me one day, and I thought, oh no, he was distributing aloe vera for Forever Living products.
Right.
And he says, "Is this your book, Mervyn?" I said, "Yes." He says, "Oh, thank goodness somebody has been able to explain it to me."
Right.
He's a doctor.
Yes.
You know, I'm not a doctor, but I was able to explain it to him, a medical professional with all the different qualifications and everything, in such a way. And since then, I've been writing and trying to get things written in such a way that people can understand what we're talking about.
So what is aloe vera itself? Is it a booster, or is it a medicine itself?
I wouldn't call it a medicine. It is a product that has to be stabilised immediately that it's harvested. And we stabilise it by using lemon juice, believe it or not. And I've put it down like this. It's a concentrate living potentised botanical liquid with multivitamin, mineral, amino acid and enzyme gel with natural sugars in it, whose synergistic balance and biological activity is activated by living electrolytes.
Right.
If you're interested, you can get the book.
If you go on like that, it's a lay person like myself will be lost.
So
can you break down what you've just read?
Yes, I will.
How
okay.
the aloe vera works.
It's a botanical plant to start off with. It's a cousin to the onion and garlic plants.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and it has many of the health benefits of garlic and onions to its list. It has vitamins in it. It has minerals in it. It has amino acids in it. It has living enzymes in it, which is most important. We'll come back to that. Living enzymes.
Yeah.
And with natural sugars. That is not to be confused with your granulated sugar that you buy in a bag in the shop. Natural sugars is what you get out of an apple or out of an orange or something that makes it sweet and tasty.
Yes.
Okay. Everything that is in the stabilised aloe vera is synergistically operates with the other ingredients in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we see how that actually takes place, we see why it is that we get positive benefits from aloe vera, which we wouldn't get from other tablets or liquids and so on. It helps each cell in the body to detoxify. And if you understand the way a cell works, it's like a factory, a chemical factory.
Right.
Okay? And a factory produces toxins, effluents, smoke, dirt coming out of the chimney and so on. Every cell has toxins in it that are created by the chemical processes of growth and regeneration. And those have to be eliminated, those toxins, and aloe vera actually promotes the flow of fluids in and out of cells. So it promotes the flow of nutrients into and toxins out of the cell, which enables the cell to operate properly.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. It does to me. So by your explanation, it is a kind of living enzymes that is found in that aloe vera plant.
Yes.
That boosts all those mechanisms that you're talking
Yes.
about. Right. Somebody will then ask me, what is a living enzyme? How do you explain that? Because we are talking too technical. How do I know what is a living enzyme?
Right.
Because would that mean that living enzymes exist in any food,
When it's
any plant
fresh,
or anything?
everything oxidizes from the moment it is harvested. Okay? Some things oxidize quicker than other things do. Aloe vera will oxidize very quickly if it's not stabilized. The more potent a vegetable or a fruit is, the quicker it will oxidize. For instance, broccoli, which is very good for you, will be down to about 74% within 24 hours of its nutritional value because of oxidization. You see oxidization take place. If you cut an apple in half the white area of the apple, the inside, will start to go brown.
Yes.
That's oxidization taking place. That's something that you can actually see. And that oxidized part of the plant is zero, has zero nutrients in it because it's oxidized. Okay? So that's the importance of oxidization. I'll give you a little story that happened to me, personal experience. My granddad had 1.5 acres of land. He had 2 barns with 250 chicken in them. So they were barn eggs that he produced. Now, they were all the rage before free-range eggs came on the market. Now, what happened was that I've suffered with asthma since I was 7 years old, caused by stress and by allergies. When I first went to my grandparents' place on holiday, I was chronic with asthma because of the pollens in the fields around the village, plus the fact that I slept on a horsehair mattress and down pillows and down eiderdown. Okay? The asthma, my eyes were streaming and I was gasping for breath, but within a few days of being there, all that had totally disappeared. And it was as though I'd never had asthma or allergies in my life. Now, when I started to do my university training, it suddenly dawned on me why this was. Right. What was actually happening was that my granddad would be told by my grandmother what we were going to eat that lunchtime. And I would go up the field with my granddad, it was like a large allotment, and we would harvest what we were going to eat at lunchtime, just a couple of hours beforehand, prepare it for my grandmother, take it in, she would cook it and we'd eat it. Now, because it was harvested so short a period of time before we ate it, the enzymic activities in that food were high. Now, I'll explain why this is important. There's a light bulb up there, right? Those that are listening, you can picture a light bulb. You need electricity to make that light bulb work. Now, the light bulb is like the minerals in our body. Our body is made of minerals. The electricity is like the vitamins in our body. So we have the vitamins and we have the minerals. What's missing? The switch. Now, remember that I mentioned that our body is a chemical factory from cell level upwards. And for the chemical reactions that incorporate the minerals and the vitamins and the enzymes and the proteins and everything else, for that to be made to work, you need a switch. And the living enzymes in the food is that switch that enables the body to work, that switches the chemical processes on. Right. Where they're needed, how they're needed. If the chemical processes are needed in my arm more than my leg, then the nutrients and everything that is needed are taken to my arm more than to my leg. As long as the chemical processes are working properly in your body, you get a balance.
Okay, so if I understand you by what you're saying, the fresher the food, the more active the living enzymes.
Yes.
And works better.
Yes.
So you then give credence to people having more fresher food.
Yes, and organic food as well.
Organic food, right. So
because with the normal way that they grow food in Europe, they depend a lot on chemical fertilizers. Now, those chemical fertilizers are very short-lived in the soil, and they leave the soil like sand, and there's no nutrients. The nutrients going into the plants make the plants grow, but plants need different nutrients to what human beings and other mammals need. Okay? So if you've got organic food that is fresh, you're going to get more out of that than you would get out of normal grown foods. I have a farmer friend. He runs a water company out in Wenlock, but by Wenlock Edge, and he bottles water. He has 2 acres of land growing his own organic crops for him and his family to eat, because he will not buy he will not buy to feed his family from the shops, because he knows how old the produce is in the shops. You go to a greengrocer and your so-called fresh vegetables have probably been sprayed with a substance that will help stop oxidation taking place, but also they are 3-4 weeks of age, most of them, by the time they reach the shelf.
Yeah. Just not to
Carry on.
digress
Yes.
the topic. Yes, I the food, or the more organic, the more potent it will have the living enzymes
Yes.
to work according to how the food has been designed by nature.
Yes.
To affect the body.
Yes.
Exactly. But coming back to the aloe vera plant,
Yes.
and if you've just joined us on Kasapa Radio, this is Health Talk. I have here with me Mervyn George, who is an author and a keen enthusiast of healthy lifestyle, healthy nutrition. Here discussing with me about nutritional medicine with a high focus on aloe vera. So welcome if you've just joined us. Like I said, our telephone numbers, if you want to contribute, is 01952 291 391, 01952 291 391, or you can find us live on Facebook. Search for Kasapa Radio. You find us there. If you want to send a message or you want to send a contribution on any question at all, if you're struggling to understand what we're trying to say, send us a question via text message. Is 074 389 38592, 074 389 38592. So Mervyn, coming back to the aloe vera plant itself, let's assume I've never seen an aloe vera plant before.
Mm-hmm.
I walk through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
What will inform me, or how would you describe an aloe vera plant to our listeners?
First of all,
how does it look like?
First of all, aloe vera only grows in a frost-free area of the world. So it's more of a tropical plant. It grows in the southern USA, in Texas, for instance. It grows in Mexico. It grows in parts of Japan. It grows in parts of China. It grows in parts of India and Pakistan. Okay? These are the main areas that aloe vera is harvested from. And but it's known in Spain. It's called Seville. In Malaysia, it's called Jadam. In China, Luhu. In Portugal, Erva babosa. In Jamaica, it's called Cinco Bible, which is pidgin English for it's in the Bible.
Okay.
Okay. West Indies, it's also known as aloes. In Egypt, it's the wand of heaven. In Hawaii, it's the miracle plant. In Japan, no need of doctor. Sanskrit, it's Griti Kumar. And Gigua is in another Indian language. So you get from that the different areas of the world that aloe vera is known in, and from the names it's been given, what people use it for.
Yeah.
Does that follow?
It does. Yes.
So it's used.
How does it look like?
Okay.
How does the plant look like?
Looks a bit like a thick-leafed onion plant.
We might have a caller.
That's very good.
With me.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Kasapa Radio. Can you please tell me your name and where you're calling from, please?
My name is Akosia. I'm calling from Donington.
Hello, Akosia. Have you got a question or a contribution to what we are discussing?
I've got a question.
Okay. We are all ears.
Talking about aloe vera today, and your host told us that it cures his duodenal ulcer. I would like to know what else it can cure, and how often we should take it, and how do we take it?
Okay.
We want to know all about that.
Okay.
Right.
So the question is, do you have any other question, Akosia? Or is that your question?
It's a very broad-ranging question, actually.
What other diseases or what other conditions that it doesn't cure? How often do we take it, and how do we take it? Yeah, that's my question.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your call, Akosia.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So I believe you heard what Akosia said.
Yes.
In a nutshell,
Okay.
you made reference to your
Yes.
general
My
problem
duodenal ulcer.
that you had, which
Okay.
you got sorted by
The
aloe vera.
first thing we have to get out of our heads is the idea that it is a cure. It is not a cure. What it does is to allow the immune system of the body and the natural processes of the body to work properly. And in that way, it actually helps create a balance in your health. Whereas drugs are specifically designed to work on a problem, on a single problem, the human body is not designed that way. The human body has an immune system which is, when it's fed properly, will actually enable the body to respond to an ailment and to help the body cope with it and to dissipate it. I've had people that have purchased aloe vera from me in my days when I used to, I'm retired now, but when I used to sell aloe vera myself, I've had people who had diabetes that have lost their diabetes. I've had people that had arthritis who have lost their arthritis, high blood pressure, skin problems, ulcers. It's very good for ulcers, both internal and external ulcers. You can actually see them respond. Burns. I've got some pictures of a young chap. He threw some petrol onto a bonfire, and the wind caught it and threw it back on him, and he lit up like a torch. And somebody there had some aloe vera, and they sprayed his body with aloe vera, and today you wouldn't know that he was affected by a burn at all. Right. But that was because they worked on it immediately. Aloe vera has the ability to penetrate the human cells, so it moisturizes. With a burn, the cells dry. That's what causes the pain of a burn. You put aloe vera onto that and keep feeding it with aloe vera, and it pushes the moisture back in and helps the regeneration of those cells.
Right. So from your explanation, aloe vera can be used inside the body
and externally,
and externally as
yes.
well. Right.
Yes.
Okay. And it has a host of range of things that it can help.
That it helps the body to cope with.
Yes.
It is not a cure-all.
It's not a cure, but it provides, it strengthens the immune system of the body, yes, to fight against those problems. Right. Yes. So I believe Akosia, your question has been answered.
No, not completely.
Yes.
She wanted to know how often and how much.
And how much.
Okay, now I'm going to, if it's all right with yourselves, I'm going to put a little plug in here for Wellington Express in Wellington. They sell a whole range of Afro-Caribbean, Indian products and so on. And they do an aloe vera juice there, which is one of the best that I've ever come across, but it's at a reasonable price.
Right.
And if you just ask at the reception when you go in, and they will tell you exactly where in the shop the aloe vera is. They sell it at £3.99 for a 750 litre, Whereas if you go to Holland and Barrett's, you're paying
750 litre.
mil. Sorry,
Mil.
750 mil.
I was going to say.
So 3/4 of a litre.
750 litre will fill the
Yeah,
whole.
yeah, it's all right. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Yes.
My apologies. 750 mil bottle of aloe vera juice for £3.99. Whereas if you go to Holland and Barrett's or the health food shops, you're paying £10 upwards. And there is a company that actually sell through their agents, multi-level marketing company, that sells it at 1 litre for £20 or £18 and above, depending on who it is you go to. So there's a range of products, but as I say, and this is an Indian product. It's from India, and this aloe vera is, but it's every bit as good as any others that I have seen on the market.
Right.
The reason that I can actually comment on this is the research that I did, but I was also the first British person to import aloe vera into this country back in the early 1980s, and I had a unit in the same building that we used to operate from. So from the research that I did, I found out which ones to use and how and so on. Okay?
Yeah, because I was just going to ask, are these products 100% aloe vera, or is it mixed with other?
Okay,
other
there are
products?
skin products. If you go to the supermarket and you buy a lotion that's got aloe vera in, it will be a very low amount of aloe vera, because the cost of aloe vera is not low, it's high. So that the bigger the proportion of aloe vera in a product, the more expensive it will become. Okay? So when you look at on the list of ingredients, if it's got aloe vera as the first item in it, then you know that that is a very high proportion of aloe vera in it. If it's way down the bottom, then you know they've just added it for the sake of the name.
Right. Okay. So how do we ascertain the percentage of aloe vera on the bottle? Would it say with the stress? So you tell us which one is more potent in that.
Yes.
Right.
The aloe vera juices will say how much, and the gel, the skin gel, is also it will say the percentage, but also the ingredients are from the most ingredient to the lesser ingredient in order. So if it has aloe vera 99%, and then it has this and that and everything up, making up the other 1%, you know that that is about as pure as you can get for a skin product.
Right. The oral use of aloe vera.
Yes. Up to 60 ml a day, depending on what you've got. If you've got diabetes, I would start someone on something like 5 or 10 ml a day.
That's orally.
Yeah, orally. Start off 5, 10 ml. After a few days, increase it, and you can keep on increasing it each week until you reach about 60 ml. And if you do a course of about 3 months, you will find that your health will benefit from that.
Right. So up to a maximum of 60 ml per day. Anything else, you're literally abusing it.
You can be overdoing it. Yes.
Right. So say if I want to take it orally, and I've got another external conditions that I want to use after I've had my 60 ml.
Yes, you can actually apply to the skin.
Still apply to the skin.
Yes, because it's not going through the digestive system, is it? So the nutrients and everything, they can overstimulate the digestive system if you have too much on a regular basis. Now I know people that have had a whole litre in a day, and they have benefited from that, but only on the occasion.
Right.
They're very ill, public speaker, very poorly. And he needed the strength and everything, so he dosed himself up on bee pollen and aloe vera. Now, at the moment, we've got a lot of the pollen count in Telford is very high. If people want, they can go to Holland Balance, they can buy a little jar of bee pollen granules, take a teaspoon of that with 60 ml of aloe vera orally, and they do that on a daily basis. Most people will experience a lessening of their hay fever
Right.
symptoms.
From the way this high hype on aloe vera as a product, I believe people will chance on them and commercially try to please people.
Exactly. Yes.
So from your experience, what do I look for when I get an aloe vera product? What like the labels, the right? What are the things that I should look for to know this is a good aloe vera
if you
product?
go to Holland & Barrett's in Wellington, for instance, or Town Centre, they do external products, aloe vera products, and Aloe Pro, and the external products that they sell are about the best on the market. Also Forever Living, the multi-level marketing company, their skin products, there's nothing to beat their skin products, I must admit. But what I would say is that the juice in Holland & Barrett's is very good, but I would tend to go to Wellington Express because it's less than half the price, but for something that is just as good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still going on the I come across the product itself. What else should I look for, like in terms of the seal, in terms of the label?
Yeah, maybe,
what should I read on the label for
well, the same
for me
with
to know?
Same with all sealed foods and drinks. You make sure the seal isn't broken. That's the first thing. The second thing is to actually look at the proportion, the percentage of aloe vera in a product. And some products won't show a percentage, they'll just show it in the list going down and down. And usually with lotions and gels and so on, the major ingredient is water. Now, when you actually create a skin product that is aloe vera centered.
I think we've got another call on the line.
Let me just finish this. When you get a skin product that is aloe vera centered, go for that which replaces the water with 90% above.
Hello?
Hello again.
Hello? Is that Linda again? Is
Yeah.
that right? Have you got another question?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your question, Linda?
Can you please tell us, like any other medicine, there is a side effect. Can you tell us the side effect for aloe vera?
Right.
That's my question.
Okay, so you would like to know the side effects. I think we will come on to that. So if you keep listening, I will ask Mervyn in a little while. But he was touching on a very important issue. So once he finishes, I'll pose that question back to him. But thank you for your call.
Right. So you look for a proportion. In an aloe vera gel, for instance, which is something that you apply to the skin, it's a slightly green, transparent gel, and it will have aloe vera as the first product in the list of ingredients. But if you go into the supermarkets and you buy an aloe vera lotion, it will have aloe vera toward the bottom of the ingredients.
Say that again.
Okay.
Yes.
If aloe vera is at the top of the list of ingredients, you know it's got a high proportion of aloe vera in it. If aloe vera is down toward the bottom of the ingredients, you know that they're just putting aloe vera in, a little tiny bit of aloe vera in, because aloe vera has got such a good name for itself. So
Right.
it's a commercial con, basically. Always go for a skin product that has got a high proportion of aloe vera in it.
Okay. And how does it taste like?
The taste is did you have to ask that question?
Because I would like to know.
It is a bit bitter. It is a bit bitter. When you first start taking it, it will be a little bitter. And I know plenty of people that will hide it in lemon juice and orange juice and things like that and just gulp it down quickly. But after a few weeks of taking it, that bitterness disappears. The bitterness is actually caused by the toxins in the cells of the mouth and the tongue. And
Right.
as they dissipate and as the body gets healthier, so that you get used to the taste of the aloe vera.
Right. Let's assume we'll come back to
Yeah.
we'll come to the caller's question, but before that, let's assume I'm interested. I want to grow aloe vera in my back garden.
Yes.
Maybe it will struggle in this country because of the.
Yes.
Let's say I live in a tropical country and I want to grow. Do you grow with a seed? How long does it take?
Okay, it grows pups like a strawberry plant. It sends out little little branches out that touch the ground, and it will grow another pup. So it grows pups all the way around itself. They call it aloe vera pups. It grows little baby aloe vera plants, and what you have to do is you separate those baby aloe vera plants from the mother plant and plant them into their own space. The only active leaves are the ones that are 4 years of age or older.
So it takes 4 years.
For 4 years before you can actually start to use the active leaves, and the active leaves are with the outside leaves. So they would take 3 or 4 leaves off of a plant when it's 4 years or more of age. And then, so they don't harvest the whole plant. They just harvest the leaves, they split the leaves, they take the clear gel from inside, they liquidize that and stabilizing it with a natural stabilizing unit and lemon juice. So that's the basic way that the product is put together.
Right. So I'm going to touch on the caller's question, but in a different way.
Yes.
What are some of the reported medical conditions that, in your experience, has been through doctors and all that,
Yes.
has been reported that aloe vera has helped to stabilize or even reduce? What are some? Then after that, can you tell me some of the side effects, the reported side effects that people have complained after using aloe vera? The aloe vera.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
can do
give
that.
me the.
Okay, the reported medical conditions. Now these are from medical practitioners and also from trained distributors. These are the aching muscles, acne, asthma, burns.
Can you take your time and list them
Okay,
for me, please, so that our listeners
yes.
will.
Aching muscles, acne of the skin, asthma, burns, cholesterol, high cholesterol
Yeah.
in the body, constipation. Now let me just say before I go any further that if you take supplements, for instance if you have high cholesterol, you take plant sterols to help lessen the high cholesterol, you can get the tablets, and you take the aloe vera along with the plant sterols, you'll get a far better response than if you would just taking the sterols on their own or just taking the aloe vera on their own.
Right.
Okay. Cuts and wounds. I cut the top end of my finger off on some glass, and I went to the car, I got the aloe vera gel, pushed that aloe vera gel in and just plastered it on, and within 24 hours the cells had joined back together. Now,
Wow.
if you get a plant, a flower plant, and the stem is broken, I've put aloe vera gel onto that stem and wrapped it up, and the plant grows, continues to grow. It has that ability, working at a cellular level. Diabetes, people with some types of diabetes do respond positively. But again, with diabetes, it's the only one I would say start with a lesser dose to start off with. Okay. Dry skin. If you take aloe vera and put some pure olive oil, 50-50 mix, blend that together, that is brilliant for eczema, psoriasis, dry skin conditions, for dry skin caused by too much sun, for instance. You massage that into the area. That's a 50-50 mix of aloe vera and olive oil. Okay? gout, hair loss, hemorrhoids, bleeding piles, hypertension, irritable bowel syndrome, kidney stones, lupus, acid reflux disease, arthritis, boils, cancer. It can actually help with the natural treatment of cancers. Okay? I know a practitioner who is now retired, but when he was working as a medical masseur, he, at surface cancers, he could actually break down and get rid of them through diet, through the use of aloe vera, and by massage. So, chronic fatigue syndrome, Crohn's disease, dermatitis, eczema, genital herpes, gums, hay fever, HIV. It actually helps with the natural treatment of HIV because it actually helps to stimulate the immune system to recognize the virus. Okay? Joint pain, liver spots, and malaria. Those are a list, that's just a short list.
Yes.
Okay? Of the type of things
that
now,
you can benefit from using.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Now,
are there
for
been
instance,
any reported side effects?
Yeah. If you have diabetes, remember that's because the pancreas isn't producing insulin.
Yes.
Now, aloe vera has the ability to regenerate the pancreas. And if you're not careful, you can have too much insulin coming into the body because you're taking insulin by injection or tablet, and you're also regenerating the pancreas and it's producing insulin as well. So you have to be very careful, and you take it under a medical practitioner's advice. Okay?
Yes.
With diabetes. Mostly with regards to side effects of aloe vera, remember it works naturally within the body, with the body's normal processes. Your doctor's drugs work against the natural processes of the body, hence you get side effects from them. But with food, onions, would you expect to get side effects from onions?
No.
No. Would you expect to get side effects from garlic? Yes, bad breath. Okay, but you get the point. The normal food you don't get side effects from. Aloe vera is a potentized food. Think of it that way, rather than thinking of it as a drug. Rather than thinking of it as a cure-all, you think of it as a potent food.
Right.
Does that help to answer your question?
Yes, it does. So there wouldn't be any kind of side effect if it's not overused, if that is the case.
That's
and
right, yeah.
With certain ailments like diabetes, you have to just be careful
Yes.
about how
Yeah.
you use it.
If you
But
go
other than that-
into Holland and Barrett, their salespeople in Holland and Barrett are actually trained. And if you say, I've got such and such, and I've been told that aloe vera will help, they will advise you. Okay?
Right.
So they are trained. They're not trained medical staff, but they're trained in the products that Holland and Barrett sell.
Right. So, dear listeners, we have been discussing nutritional medicine with a high spot on aloe vera as a product. And we've had Mervyn here, and he's been very knowledgeable about this issue. He's an author, and I believe you've written a whole book about nutritional medicine. Do you want to talk
Yes,
to me about that? If anybody
it's called Natural Health Solutions, and if they go onto my website, which is Health Life Centre, www.healthlifecentre, all lowercase, one word, .co.uk, and they can go onto the publications page there, and it's purchased directly from Amazon. It's available through Amazon. Natural Health Solutions by Mervyn Bryan. You can go on Amazon and you can contact it and get it straight from Amazon. If you go on the website, a lot of the information that's in the book is actually touched on in the website as well.
So you can read from your website. But if you need the entirety, it only doesn't talk about aloe vera. It talks about a lot of
other things to do with
things.
nutritional health.
Yes,
it's all to do with nutritional health.
Yes,
Some mineral deficiencies, amino acids, vitamins, chemical plant activities, superfoods, barley, bee pollen, propolis. I can tell you stories about a load of different things that are in here. And I can share you, and we'll probably do that another time.
Yeah, so if you go on Amazon, look for
Mervyn
Natural Health Solutions.
Yeah.
Amazon, you can order a copy, just read, and he's I believe you're going to leave some contact details in case people want to contact you
Yes, I
directly,
certainly
because
will.
like I said, an hour doesn't do justice to
Yeah.
this discussion. People might have
Fine.
a lot of questions they might want to ask. So yes, with your permission, if anybody wants to contact Kasapa through or contact Mervyn, you can contact us, and then we can provide you Mervyn's contact details.
If you go onto the website, there's a contact page there,
Right.
and you can contact us by email.
Right. So
healthlifecentre.co.uk. Centre spelled CENTRE, the English spelling, not the American spelling.
Health Life Centre
.co.uk.
with a centre spelled CENTRE.
Yes.
.co.uk. Go there, and then there's more information on there as well. You'll find Mervyn's contact details as well. If you need any question being answered, you can call him directly, and he will do his best to answer your question. Just 5 more minutes to the end of the show, and just a few announcements again. Just saying, if you are free on the 4th of August, Kasapa is having another summer bash at the St. Leonard's Field in Mallinsley. Come with your family, because it's going to be a day of fun. It's going to be a day full of music. So many activities: tug of war, egg spoon race, and it's going to be lots of rides, bouncy castles, face painting. Just a day for the whole family to enjoy. Come out, join Kasapa Radio for the summer bash. Also, if you need a place to rent, or if you have a place to rent, contact Kasapa, because we have people readily available that are needing places to rent. Or if you have a space that you want to rent out, contact us on our mobile number 074-389-38592, and then we will link you to people who are in need of this service. Also, if you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary or anything that you would like us to know about, just give us a shout, and then we will do our best to publicize it for you here on Kasapa Radio. Mervyn, last one from you. We have probably exhausted, not exhausted, but then we have shed more light on aloe vera. Your last word before we go? About
Right. I would advise people not to take other people's advice about anything, but to find out for themselves. If you read the Natural Health Solutions book that I've written, you will see that it covers a whole gamut of different things, and it gives the picture from both angles, so that it's a balanced, easy to read book to get. So go online to Amazon, Mervyn Bryan, Natural Health Solutions. You'll get in there, there's a whole chapter. The biggest chapter in the book is about aloe vera, because that's where I started from. And there's a whole gamut of different things on there. If you want to gain a benefit from your diet, and you want to get rid of unwanted fat and so on, there is the GIF, that's GIPH diet, that is talked about, and it's the only publication where you will find the GIF diet is promoted. And a lot of people are finding that by following the GIF diet, that they get rid of unwanted fat. So I'll just leave that.
Thank you very
Amazon, Natural Health Solutions, Mervyn Bryan signing off.
Yes. And on that note, that was Mervyn's voice. Thank you for joining us again. Catch us again, same time next week between the hours of 6 to 7, where we'll be discussing another health topic. But until then, stay healthy, stay fit, God bless, and keep safe. I am out of here. God bless.